Watch what's approaching, the supreme moment. Reality striking closer than it seems, don't it? Go ahead, it's for the taking if you want it. If not, the dream dies and you'll be forever haunted. Then confront it.
What's good? With the anticipation of the new Super TEQ LR Super Saiyan 2 Gohan coming up on both versions, I guess, it's a good time to kind of revisit the AGL Super Saiyan 2 Gohan because surprisingly, I actually haven't done a level 10 Link showcase on this unit yet. And I guess it proves the point that it's a good time to do that because, obviously you can link up the two together since the TEQ version coming out should be a Super Saiyan 2, whereas the AGL starts out as a Super Saiyan Gohan unit. So that'll be a good way to kind of run them together, pretty much making the Int version obsolete going forward. Now, I will have to say, I feel like I haven't seen the Super Saiyan 2 transformation for this AGL Gohan in about a year, honestly, because, given the criteria and requirement to get the active skill, I don't typically run on this event or basically build teams where it allows for it. So, again, it's been like close to a year since I actually seen the Super Saiyan 2 state, so that's quite interesting, and it's definitely worth noting out because of the call out for the problem. Obviously, the TEQ version does have similar skill sets built in, where you do have to have the movie boss's category Goku ally on the team in order to get the active skill and whatnot. So there's built-in stuff, but probably not as drastic to this guy's degree. So let's go ahead and talk about the stats. It's been a while since I've covered this unit. So, of course, this guy is the Kamehameha category lead, Ki plus 3, HP increase of 130%, and attack and defense increase of 170%. You can slap on some Super AGL types where, they also see the Ki plus 3, HP attack and defense increase of 120%. So it works out, fairly well in that regard. In terms of the super attack abilities, the 12 Ki will raise defense and causes colossal damage to enemy, and then the 18 Ki will raise defense and causes mega colossal damage to enemies. So obviously a unit that stacks up defense. And I think in the showcase you do see a mix of the Easy A physical type Super Saiyan 2 Goku as well as the exchange unit Gohan and Goku. I like the Goku and Gohan unit because of their ability to also stack up defense. So when you have two units on the rotation that massively increase defense over time, it just makes life a hell of a lot easier, especially with the tougher, longer battles. Now, again, the criteria for the active skill is quite ridiculous for this unit. Awakens once HP is 58% or less with Android 16 on the team, or when HP is 58% or less with an existing Android's category ally or enemy starting from the 5th turn from the start of battle. So again, I had to run this on the androids versus the android enemy stage of Infinite Dragon Ball history in order to be able to fulfill that criteria. So again, it's severely limited, but maybe they'll tack on new skill sets or units that kind of complement them a little bit better and make it a little bit easier. In all honesty, they should have just added an Android 16 unit that was an AGL type, Super AGL. I don't know why they didn't do that, but when they came out with it, it turned out to be an intelligence type unit, so it's quite ridiculous. I guess technically, if you wanted to, kind of force a transformation, you could run the Android Cell Saga, where both of them can be on there. But again, the team building issues and whatnot can kind of surface a little bit. It's not quite optimized like the Kamehameha category or any other Saiyan category that he's falling under. So that's a little bit of a problem with that guy, but you can get by. I mean, honestly, the Super Saiyan state is good enough for me where you're able to build up defense over the course of a drawn out battle, so it does help out in that degree. However, once you transform, the skill sets do change a little bit. Super attack greatly raises defense for 1 turn, causes mega colossal damage. The 18 Ki will greatly raise attack and defense for 1 turn and also cause mega colossal damage to enemy. And then the passive skill also, does go through a shift where you get a nuking passive essentially. Attack increase of 20% and defense increase of 7% for every Ki sphere obtained, plus an additional Ki plus 1 per Ki sphere obtained as well, and then randomly changes Ki spheres of a certain type to rainbow Ki spheres when facing only one enemy. Also launches an additional attack or additional super attack when facing multiple enemies, plus an additional attack increase of 59% when performing an ultra super attack and your team has Super Saiyan Goku attack in the same turn. So a lot of built-in criteria for this unit, and again, along with the defense boosting abilities with every super attack for the Exchange Goku and Gohan unit, it does fulfill the criteria where you do get that extra 59% toward attack by having a Super Saiyan Goku unit on the same turn, basically. So with all that being said, we do have information now with the Super Tech version of LR Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. He's got stuff like where you can build up your ki for every ki sphere obtained. I think you also do get an attack and defense boost for every ki sphere obtained as well. And then, some of the criterias are, I think if I remember correctly, you get an attack boost based on having a movie heroes category Goku unit on the team, and then the active skill is also dependent on that. So I don't know why when it comes to the Gohan units, they like to slap on all these character restricted elements of it in their passive, but it is what it is. I was hoping they would kind of steer away from that, but it seems like they reverted back to with the Gohan unit. I think the ultimate disappointing thing, or sad thing I should say, is the fact that really the int version of LR Super Saiyan 2 Gohan is pretty much obsolete at this point. I mean, the guy's really, and you see it in the video here, but the guy is definitely a defensive liability. I mean, he's an offensive powerhouse, don't get me wrong, especially with the, nuking passive built in, but he is definitely a very, very heavy liability in terms of a defensive standpoint. So, of course, the tech version that's coming out, that's pretty much the replacement where the skill sets are better, and defensively, I would assume it's way better than the int version. I think it brings up a good point, though. It'll be interesting to see eventually when it happens what the EZA stats potentially would be for the int LR Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. Obviously, I would assume they would make corrections and improvements toward defense, because that's one of the areas that he's hurting the most. But yeah, it'll be interesting how they slap that on. After a little while, it'll definitely take some time. I mean, we're still going through the very early free-to-play Prime Battle LRs and whatnot, so it's kind of like a situation where it's going to take some time. I think at this point, right, we have the OG Tech LR Goku, we got the Strength LR Frieza, the LR Hercule also did get an EZA, and some of the other ones from Battle Road as well, whatnot. But yeah, it's LR Gohan's one. It'll definitely take some time. We'll have to wait and see what happens with it. But yeah, it'll be curious to also see how this AGL version links up with the tech version. I'm looking forward to testing that out and seeing them on the same rotation and see how things work out. But this unit is still very, very good. The Kamehameha category, I personally do like a lot. You can build very, very solid teams around that. Very balanced in terms of both, being very good with offense and defense. And of course, Gohan is kind of like a representation of that, right? Because you're able to build up the defense over, every super attack, and also, he's the offensive capabilities for this unit is quite up there too. I mean, you've seen the stats where it can range from anywhere from 3.5 to 5.5 million, depending on the rotation. And quite honestly, you don't even need the Super Saiyan 2 status. Like I prefer to just keep building up defense and just make life a little bit easier. So it's not that important for me. But I don't know. Maybe when they were creating this unit, maybe that was the intention, right? Where for the most part, people would just kind of benefit and rely on the Super Saiyan state versus the active skill enabled Super Saiyan 2 version. I don't know. That's just my guess, but it's more practical to build up defense, especially given some of the tougher battles and whatnot. So all in all, I mean, it's a very, very solid unit. Like if we talk about the links, I mean, you're getting a hell of an improvement just from the links alone at level 10. So in addition to that, this unit performs very well. Still a current unit. It's been well over a year now. I mean, it came out with a 300 million download celebration. We just had the updated worldwide celebration. So it's, a little time has definitely, passed, but still relevant to this day. I mean, any time I need, defensive beast to be able to run through events a little bit easily, this guy certainly fits the bill. So still a lot of utilizations with this guy and still pretty good. We'll see how the tech version links up with this guy and how they're able to perform on the same rotation. But again, 100% showcase for the AGL LR Super Saiyan Gohan. Hopefully you enjoyed it. As always, thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys later.